सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण परमात्मने नमः। श्लोक नंबर 24। संकल्पप्रभवान् कामान् त्यक्त्वा सर्वान् शेषतः मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामं विनियम्य समन्ततः शनैः शनैरुपरमेत् बुद्ध्या धृतिगृहीतया आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत्। यतो यतो निश्चरति मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरं ततस्ततो नियम्यैतदात्मन्येव वशं नयेत्। प्रशान्तमनसं ह्येनं योगिनं सुखमुत्तमम् उपैति शान्तरजसं ब्रह्मभूतमकल्मषम्। युञ्जन्नेवं सदात्मानं योगी विगतकल्मषः सुखेन ब्रह्म संस्पर्शमत्यन्तं सुखमश्नुते। सर्वभूतस्थितात्मानं सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि ईक्षते योगयुक्तात्मा सर्वत्र समदर्शनः। यो मां पश्यति सर्वत्र सर्वं च मयि पश्यति तस्याहं न प्रणश्यामि न स च मे न प्रणश्यति। सर्वभूतस्थितं यो मां भजत्येकत्वमास्थितः सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि स योगी मयि वर्तते। आत्मौपम्येन सर्वत्र समं पश्यति योऽर्जुन सुखं वा यदि वा दुःखं स योगी परमो मतः। अर्जुन उवाच योऽयं योगस्त्वया प्रोक्तः साम्येन मधुसूदन एतस्याहं न पश्यामि चञ्चलत्वात् स्थितिं स्थिरां। चञ्चलं हि मनः कृष्ण प्रमाथि बलवदृढम् तस्याहं निग्रहं मन्ये वायोरिव सुदुष्करम्। श्रीभगवानुवाच असंशयं महाबाहो मनो दुर्निग्रहं चलम् अभ्यासेन तु कौन्तेय वैराग्येण च गृह्यते। असंयतात्मना योगः दुष्प्राप इति मे मतिः वश्यात्मना तु यतता शक्तो वाप्तुमुपायतः। अर्जुन उवाच अयति श्रद्धयोपेतः योगाच्चलितमानसः अप्राप्य योगसंसिद्धिं कां गतिं कृष्ण गच्छति। कच्चिन्नो भयविभ्रष्टः छिन्नाभ्रमिव नश्यति अप्रतिष्ठो महाबाहो विमूढो ब्रह्मणः पथि एतन्मे संशयं कृष्णाच्छेत्तुमर्हस्य शेषतः त्वदन्यः संशयस्यास्य चेत्ता न ह्युपपद्यते श्रीभगवानुवाच. Okay. The last class there was some technical issue in the YouTube, so we don't have the YouTube for last class. The previous class got deleted, so 2 classes there is no YouTube. But the last class, whatever we discussed, I would want to summarize that. Benefit of people who have not been able to attend, they can get it in this YouTube, today's YouTube. So, the question or the Dhyana Yoga was completed very clearly by Bhagavad with couple of Dhyana Phalam shlokas. And the Dhyana Phalam shloka is this: Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmashaha sukhena brahma samsparsham atyantam sukham ashnute. So one who is always connected with Dhyana Yoga, when we say Dhyana Yoga, it is Jnanam and Jnana Samuchaya Upasanam, and in that Upasana Nididhyasanam when you do, you are completely changing your personality and characteristic of habitual Anatma Vishaya Asakti and getting into Atma Vishaya Asakti and Atma Darshanam becomes. When Atma Darshanam is there and Yunjan Nevam, when that is continuously running, Vigata Kalmashaha. So any Kalmashaha means any of the impurities. That means Anatma thought impurities will be completely removed. Vigata Kalmashaha. So what happens? Sukhena Brahma Samsparsham. So completely when established in Brahma Samsparsham or Brahma Dhyana or Brahma Jnana Vritti, when it is always on, Sukhena. Sukhena means, here Sukhena Brahma Samsparsham means effortlessly being in that. Okay, not happily being in that. So effortlessly means happily also being in that. So if you can get into that channel effortlessly, what happens? Sukham ashnute, anandam ashnute. So 2 sukhams are coming. Sukhena, sukham. Sukhena is first is in Tritiya. Here it becomes effortlessly or happily, easily. And sukham ashnute goes to ananda, Dvitiya. Okay. Now, Sarvabhutastamatmanam Sarvabhutani Chatmani Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma Sarvatra Samadarshanaha. So, Samadarshanaha is one of the most beneficial outcome of Jnana Nishna. You start looking everyone or every living things with equanimity. And we already explained, equanimity does not mean equality. Taratamyam from Dharma Shastram will continue to be there, but Paramarthika Drishtya, it is all one Atma and nothing else. So he then gives a clarity on it. Yomam pashyati sarvatra. Mam pashyati sarvatra sarvancha mayi pashyati. Here Mam and Mayi is now referring to what? Ishvara. Which means that Brahma Jnanam with Saguna becomes Ishvara Jnana. Okay, that is all. From Ishvara only we have gone to Nirguna Brahma. From Saguna we have gone to Nirguna. So in terms of transaction when you want, in terms of thought when you want, in terms of looking at different people and different things, because you are not a singled out person in the Srishti. You are one among the Srishti, and then what happens is this Taratamyam Bheda will be there. But still, when you look everyone as I, the indweller in everyone, when seen from body and when seen from Ishvara Srishti, everyone being embodied to me. Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvancha mayi pashyati. Okay. Tasyaham na pranashyami. I will ensure that you will never lose me. Okay. You will never lose me, and I will never lose you. Okay. Sachamena pranashyati. That means, what is this idea of losing? Losing and gaining has a very clear meaning here. If you are in that particular yunjannevam sadatman, that brahmajnana vritti, brahmajnanam will never go away from you even for a fraction of a second. So you will not lose me means what? That jnanam will be available for you for all your life throughout this transaction which is going on. So even if you want to lose, you cannot lose it. Even if I want, I cannot lose that thought in you. Okay, because you have earned it by doing what? Completely, when Bhagavan says, I cannot lose it in you means what? He is a karma phala data. Whatever he tries to do there, this karma phala is not going to impact. More than that, Bhagavan cannot do anything. He is a karma phala data. So when you are looking at it that perspective also, nothing is going to happen because the karma phalas are very clearly are not going to impact you. Okay, because your thought is at a much higher level which is established there, and all this anatma is not going to impact you. Sarva bhuta sthitam yomam bhajatyekatvam asthitaha. Okay, sarva bhuta sthitam yomam bhajati. You are looking at me in everyone. Okay. Astitaha, whoever are living everywhere, you are only seeing me and no one else. Sarvatha vartamanopi sayogi mayi vartate. Always being in me, you are in the present and at that moment. There is no future, there is no past. You are always living in that present. Vartamanopi. Okay, that jnanam, that vartamana, because na bhuto na bhavishyati, whatever is the past, it can start troubling you. Whatever in the future can give you anxiety. The present, if you are stable, cannot do anything to you because it is there. है कि नहीं? जो आने वाला कल उसका बारे में विचार कर सकते हैं, जो गुजरा हुआ कल है उसके बारे में भी हम दुख या सुख या जो भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन जो वर्तमान है उस वर्तमान में if it is already present, then there is nothing to be done. Okay, and you are always in that state. Atma, and he completes it by saying Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati yorjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham sayogi paramo mataha. So completely from Paramarthika, slowly coming to Paramarthika and Vyavaharika. Now he is coming to completely Vyavaharika because Arjuna is in Vyavahara. He says, if you have to consider one of the examples which is permanent and which doesn't have Kalatrayepi Tishtati iti Sat, that permanent one, he says Atma Upama. That Atma Upama, you consider this Atma, Samam Pashyati Yaha Arjuna, that person who looks everyone with equanimity as Atma Darshanam. Either Sukham comes or Dukkham comes, that person will not be impacted. This is my view. Why is he bringing it? Because we shouldn't forget, Arjuna started the question of Bhagavad Gita saying that Dantivam Samsate Hastat Pachaiva Paridashyate. He said a lot of problem he had, Dukkham, Shokam, Moham, all that he had. Now, he says when a person looks everyone with equanimity, that means if you look at Drona and Bhishma with that equanimity as you look at everyone, you will neither have a Dukkham or Sukham. It will all be Saman for you. Okay, so he is bringing back and putting it back to the context, and he has completed the topic. Having completed the topic, now Arjuna has a question. Why this question is there? He says, Yaha ayam yogaha tvaya proktaha samyena yogaha tvaya proktaha ayam. This yoga of samatvam which you are referring, okay, proktaha, which you have already explained to me. Hey Madhusudana, hey Harisudana, one who is the killer of the asura, that means one who is the remover of ignorance. Remove this ignorance in me. Hey Madhusudana, remove this ignorance. Etasyaham na pashyami chanchalatvat sthitim sthiram. You are saying achanchalam sthitim sthitim achanchalam atma sthitim sthiram. Here it is exactly the opposite. Chanchalatvat sthitim sthiram. I am fully established in everything other than Atma. What can I do? He says, this yoga which you are telling me, that you should be established in the Atma Vichara and have Samya, have equanimity with everyone. I don't see it. Why? Because my mind is ever established in this world which is Asthiram. It is firmly established there. It's like sometimes, the students will tell the teacher, what are you talking about moksha? I don't know how many janmas will be there for the moksha. They are so confident about it. The Guru is telling you will get moksha here and now. They will say, what do you understand? You would have seen so many students, but like me you would have never seen. Whatever you try, I will not get moksha at this time, in this janma. So next janma, please become my Guru. So no moksha for Guru also. Correct? Exactly like that. So convincing it is to Arjuna, because from here, all whatever is mentioned as Samyatva Phalam or Yoga Nishtha Phalam, okay, because from the 25th, 26th shloka, you can understand that Arjuna is actually cut off. Yato yato nishcharati manaschanchala asthiram tatastato niyamyaitad atmanyeva vashannaye. So he is telling that mind which is asthiram, slowly make it sthiram. And Arjuna says, my mind will never become sthiram. Which means after that he has never understood any of the... It's like he's been telling and he has stopped it. Okay, sometimes you are thinking about something. You wait till the other person stops talking. Especially if he is teaching something out of a lot of reverence, and you say, but immediately the moment this person stops, sir, I have a doubt. Because that has been bubbling inside. So it has come out. Okay. So he says, I see only chalatvam in my mind. It is practically impossible. Now here, last time we had explained that this Arjuna is now talking about dhyana pratibandha. What are the dhyana pratibandhas? The obstacles in dhyana, for which we said we will explain and take reference from Gaudapadacharya's Mandukya Garika, which talks 10 shlokas at least, where they are referring to what are the obstacles for dhyana. Okay, so what are the obstacles for dhyana? The first one is layam, second one is vikshepa, third one is kashaya, and fourth one is rasasva. So the first one, when you see layam, what are the reasons of it? First one is layam means, okay, let me just give one liner for this. Layam means mind disconnected. दूसरा चीज में लीन होना other than ध्यान. लीन हो जाना, लेकिन दूसरा चीज में, ध्यान में लीन नहीं होना. So mind is completely disconnected with dhyana. That is first one. But it is something like a manda buddhi. It is not working. Manda. Okay, it doesn't have anything. The second one is vikshepa. Here it is very active. Rajoguna. The first one is tamoguna. The second one is rajoguna. It is very active. It is very actively jumping out. Not going to where you want to focus, it is jumping out. Vikshepa. The third one is kashaya. So in kashaya, all the various emotions which are built up and bottled inside, they start coming out. They start coming out because once there is no active thing happening, these get places to conduct. And here is the problem where you have internally bottled up lot of residual emotions which needs to be completely vented out, and once it is vented out, then you are relaxed and the focus can go to dhyana. So this, it's something like pressure in a pressure cooker, not allowing to be vented out, and whenever the right time comes, immediately सीटी बजने को शुरू हो जाता है, पूरा सब बाहर आता है. And when it comes out, you can't stop it. Better let it come out the way it is coming out. It may be good, bad or ugly, let it come out and let it settle. रहेगा, गंदगी फैलेगा, वो गंदा चीज अंदर बैठे तो बाहर आए तो गंदगी फैलेगा. But it better come out. Otherwise, ajirnam is there in the ajirnam because of food, ajirnam because of mental food. Both are ajirnam only, and anything ajirnam is bad. So let it come out. That is a system's natural way of purging it out. Let it purge out and go. So kashaya is very clearly let it come out and go, and then you will become stable to sit for dhyana. The fourth one is rasaswaga. In rasaswaga, you are started enjoying the process of the dhyana and the result of dhyana. That means I have become attached to the result of dhyanam. I have an expectation before every dhyanam that this should be the outcome of dhyanam. And then it can lead to two things. I can either keep enjoying that, or I can keep getting frustrated that like that day dhyanam did not happen, like that day dhyanam did not happen. That is also bad. But if you start enjoying, that means I have understood that every time I can, it's something like you are a drug yourself. You are with drugs. When you are with drugs, what happens? It is your mind is completely into a dhulki mein, and you want to have that feeling every time, a high feeling. So you go get into dhyanam, and in dhyanam you get into that high feeling and you are enjoying that. That means your progress will not be there because that benefit bandhakatvam, atruptikaratvam, dukkha mishritatvam are there. So anywhere if these three starts coming in, you should know that there is a problem, and you should learn to come out of it, retrieve out of it, don't further go with it. Okay, so these four problems very clearly Gaudapada Acharya has explained in the Karika, and out of that the first layam one, there are reasons why it is coming. One is overeating, bahu ashana. Second one is ajirna. You overeat, then also after eat, you know that after your lunch in the office, the first 1 hour, numbers will start going here and there in Excel table. Somewhere suddenly you will see some A, something written in between. Your knee mein aisa wo press karke. Everyone have experienced. So that is because of bahu ashana, overeating. Then if you sit without a proper food, ahara, niyama should be very clear for a dhyanam person with dhyanam, because if that ahara niyama is not proper, ajirnatvam comes, and if ajirna, indigestion comes, whenever you sit for dhyana, all that inner sounds will become very, very violent. Brr, 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 everything will start, and then your dhyana will start going there, not on where you want. So ajirna, because ajirna can also lead to vata. Ajirna can lead to pitta. See, unknowingly we are creating problems for ourselves because of indigestion. So indigestion in any way is bad. So if food related indigestion is there, you have to reduce it. If that indigestion is coming because of kashaya, you have to again reduce it. If acidity is coming because of kashaya, it has to be reduced. So you have to have kashayam for it. That is why that name kashayam has come, I think. Right? It will remove the kashaya out. Okay? Right. So, and the third one is vikshepa. Nidra shesham, correct. So, when my sleep is incomplete, I don't have enough sleep, and then I sit for dhyana, obviously you are going to sleep and even snore, which we have seen in most of the case. In yoga itself it is there, then dhyanam don't ask about it. Yoga nidra itself, there is snoring. So in dhyanam easily it will be there. And that is why they say dhyanam better do it. This mass dhyanam, everyone doing, is one of the worst things. Never should be done. It should always be done by yourself, alone, in a firm, proper place which you have decided. Every time sit there, aaj idhar kiya nahi. The same sitting asana, sitting posture, so that you make it tailor-made for yourself, and then you are getting into it very easily. Okay, keeping on changing the place, keeping on changing all those things are going to disturb your. There will be unwanted anxiety if you close the eyes. So to remove that, dhyanam should be done in a particular place. So nidra shesham is the third one, and the fourth one is, one more is there, must be, right?
Yes.
Abhyasa. So vikshepa is also related to abhyasa. The next one, vikshepa. You have to do abhyasa. Abhyasa means regularly practice. And when you say regularly practice, that is why earlier itself he has given one particular shloka. He says, Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet atmaiva hi atmano bandhuru atmaiva ripur atmanaha bandhuratmatmanastasya. So you have to pep up yourself, you have to make up your mind, you have to only say that no, I will be able to do it, and you have to give that confidence and then say. By somehow it will come, is nothing comes. Otherwise, you yourself are the reason to pull it down and not do the dhyana. So if you have to do that nididhyasanam dhyanam, you need a lot of inner will, which is coming out of buddhi, and all related to either sthula shariram or your sukshma shariram, which is related up to manas. You need to completely discipline it 100%. And once you come out with your will that I will do this abhyasa, then automatically it starts working. So now here comes two questions. First one is, do I know what needs to be done? Do I really know what needs to be done? And the second question is, I know what is to be done, but I am not able to do it. The pratibandhas can be two ways now here. First of all, I don't know what is to be done. Yes, for example, when someone is doing a japa, there are questions asked. If I am closing my eyes and doing, say, Rama, 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 Rama japa, what should my mind focus on? Should it focus on Rama, the word? Should it focus on Rama, the sound? Should it focus on Rama, the character? Should it focus on Rama's whole Ramacharitra? What should it focus on? So when such a question is there, it tells, I do not know the purpose of what I am doing. So the purpose needs to be clear accordingly, because sadhya dependent is sadhana. What you want to achieve, the benefit, depending on that you have to use the path. Based on sadhya, the sadhana will be there. If I want chitta ekagrata, I should not feed it with chitta vishalata related information. If I want ekagrata, I need to give information which is related to ekagrata only. Otherwise, when I have both, I suddenly jump from one to the other. And when that happens, the mind will keep going. You will not get the benefit. Are we able to get that? So one is we have to know what to do, how to do, what is the benefit, what are the pitfalls, that. Second is having known all that, I'm still not able to achieve. So the first part needs knowledge. The second part is not the deficiency of knowledge. Knowledge is enough. Then what is deficient? What I know and what I am, there is a difference. What I want to be and what I am, there is a difference now. That means what is making that difference? The only thing is that mind which is indisciplined. And hence, mind disciplining is the very, very important aspect, because many people know what it is, but it is just because of the indisciplinedness of the mind, they are not able to achieve what they want. Okay, and exactly the same question Arjuna is coming out, because when you see adhikaritvam, in this, you have Uttama Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, Adhama or Manda Adhikari. Adhama or Manda Adhikari is a person who does not have the correct knowledge. Tamas is there, darkness is there, ignorance is there, and hence the person doesn't know what to do. If you go to the Uttama Adhikari, the person knows what to do, is putting exactly the effort to achieve it. Sattva Guna Pradhana Uttama Adhikari. Whereas Madhyama Adhikari knows what is to be done, but has an indisciplined mind, and hence with Rajoguna it is jumping everywhere. Are you able to get this? So we have to understand in this part, in this particular path, in what we are Uttama Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari and Adhama Adhikari. We will all be that way. So where Adhama Adhikari is there, knowledge is required. Where Uttama Adhikaritvam is there, continue and get more skill in maintaining it and being there or growing there. If there is Madhyama Adhikaritvam, then the problem is not with knowledge, the problem is with Chanchalam Himana Krishna. So here Arjuna is not an unintelligent Adhikari. He knows exactly what is being taught, and hence he is a person who is with a lot of Rajoguna, and that mind will keep on jumping like a monkey, and that requires a disciplining, and he upfront comes and tells, hey Krishna, what you are telling is possible, everything I understand, but what do I do? This mind of mine is always so strong that it never allows me to be, even if I want, on what is there, which is Sattva Guna Pradhana. But anything where there is Rajas, a fight, war, focus, concentration, my mind is fully there. You ask me to sit and close my eyes, I can't do that. You ask me to open the eyes, I will even hit the closed eye of the fish with my open eyes. That much focus I have. But you ask me to close the eyes, even for a second I can't close my eyes. Are you able to get the problem now? And many of us are with that problem. Why? Our habit of Rajoguna is so strong that it doesn't allow the Sattva Guna to come out. Even when you want the Sattva Guna to sit, close your eyes, be relaxed, that Rajoguna start. If not anything, what will I plan for next cooking? Tomorrow what do I do? What is the plan? Okay, isko phone karna hai, wo karna hai. Complete dhyanam happens perfectly there. But on what you started the dhyanam, that goes to Chanchalam Himana Krishna. Okay, so we saw the first two lines, but we will again see it in detail. Yoyam yogaha tvaya proktaha. Ayam yogaha samyena. This samatvam yoga. Because you see, samyena yogaha samatvam yoga uchyate. Where does samatvam yoga uchyate has come? Anyone remembers? Samatvam yoga uchyate. Second chapter. Second chapter, 3 definitions for yoga comes. One of them is samatvam yoga uchyate. That samyena, same samatvam. Okay, you want to know where it is? Durena hyavarang karma. Before that it will come. Second chapter. Durena hyavarang karma. Okay, 48. Yogastah kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Okay, siddhi asiddhi samo bhutva. The same thing is told here. Sukham va yadi va dukkham. 632 and 248 is no different. Okay. 632 and 248. Same, exactly same. That samyena, he says that samatvam yoga, what you are saying, etasyaham na pashyami, I do not see it in me. मुझे ये दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है मेरे अंदर. क्यों? चंचलत्वात् स्थितिम स्थिरम. अस्थिरम मनः, chanchalam मनः, स्थितिम is always very very firmly established. That chanchalatvam is very firmly established. So I can't see it. Then he clearly gives a problem. Now he makes a very clear problem statement. The second one is a very crisp problem statement. The first one is in showing the direction, that in this direction I have a problem. The second one is very clearly, he is crisply explaining what the problem is. Chanchalam hi manah Krishna. Chanchalam hi manah Krishna. Pramathi balavadridham. Pramathi balavadridham. Tasyahan nigraham manye. Vayoriva sudushkaram. Okay. Chanchalam hi manaha Krishna. Pramathi balavat dridham. Tasya aham nigraham manye. Vayoho iva sudushkaram. Okay, he says, hey Krishna, mama manaha balavadridam chanchalam pramathi. Mama manaha balavat dridham chanchalam pramathi. Aham na tasya nigraham. Aham na tasya nigraham. Vayoho iva sudushkaram manye. Vayoho iva sudushkaram manye. Says, hey Krishna, manaha balavat dridham. What is balavat? No, balavat dridham. Very strong, extremely strong. Manaha balavat, extremely strong. And what is dridham? Firm. Balavat dridham. See, if it is extremely strong and not firm, so still no problem. See, you have trees which are very strong, but the roots are not firm. The whole thing can get uprooted if you have trees where the roots are very strong, but the shaft, the shoot is not, the trunk is not very strong. Like the bamboo, it will move. But balavat, so here he says, balavat, it is very strong, and firm. So you can't shake it. It is like a mango tree or a banyan tree. एकदम जम के बैठ गया है. Okay. And what it is doing? Pramathi. This word pramathi. Pramada is careless. Pramathi. Mathi is coming from math. Math word comes from mathniya. Mathniya means what? The rod which is used for churning. When you take the rod to churn the curds and then you will get the butter out, that rod is called math. Prakarshena math. That which has a great ability to churn. Okay, see the word he is using. Pramathi balavat dridham chanchala. So my mind is like that of that churning rod, which is strong, which is firm, and which is very agile, brisk. It will just keep on just churning, very fast it will churn. What happens when the churning, when you churn the curds, what comes out? Where was the butter? In the curd. Was it sthula butter or sukshma butter? What happened on churning? It became sthula. Grossification happens. And it comes out. It separates out. It manifests itself out. Correct? Like that, this mind goes inside my body and does this matha work so efficiently and so strongly. My pancha jnanendriyas and karmendriyas are the manifested product out of it. Such a beautiful way he is explaining. Pramathi balava dridham. He says, whatever is sukshma becomes sthula when such a churning happens. So when this mind churns, any vishaya, take it and let it churn. My karmendriya and jnanendriya becomes active. They become sthulified. They become manifested out. That becomes the product of the churning. Now that starts activity. Are you able to see this? What are you supposed to do in a dhyana? To jnanendriyas and karmendriyas. Are you able to get that? In dhyanam, my jnanendriyas and karmendriyas have to become antarmukha, pratyahara. And this fellow churns it and throws it out. And it starts going out again. Now you see the basic purpose of dhyanam gets defeated because of this chanchalam himana krishna. And how is it working? So beautifully explained. He says it works exactly like that, that it churns it in so beautifully that the product of that is very clearly my indriyas become very active. Okay. Now, that is one problem. ये तो अपने आप चल रहा है. देखो, when a new person, when that person starts learning how to drive the vehicle, and after that person gets the, from learning license, gets the license, and no more you are sitting in that training vehicle where the other driver is, your tutor is actually controlling all the required. When you are first time going to sit, that time suddenly it will take a speed. All of us have experienced, it takes one speed. That speed, if I stop, I know it will not go further ahead. I want it, but at that time what I want to control it. It is beyond my control. Correct? Exactly like say, tasyaham nigraham manye, I am unable to control it at that time. Not only it is dridam, it does all its action. Worst comes, I am not able to even control it. Okay, tasya aham nigraham manye. I am unable to control it. Whatever it does, I am unable to control it that time. So strong it is. One is its strength is shown in the work it does. Second is, I become weak that I am unable to control it when it does its work. Okay, so now two problems are there. गाड़ी चालू हुआ तो जाएगा, गया तो मेरा हाथ से भी गया. Are you able to get the problem? Tasya aham nigraham manye. How does it work? Vayoho iva sudushkaram. As that wind एक बार चालू हुआ, कितना भी things are firm, किसी को छोड़ता नहीं, सबको लेके जाता है. Same way this mind चालू हुआ तो it is just going. इतना चंचल है, इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग है, इतना फर्म है, इतना it does that work, it manifests. And the worst is when it manifests, it is now going to impact my sthula sharira. He is very clearly indicated this here. When it manifests like this breeze, when it goes, उथल पुथल करके it will just throw things out, बिखर देगा, वैसा it is now going to impact my sthula shariram. Whenever this indriyas start manifesting, the first one which starts is Vagadi Panchaka. Correct? Your Karmendriya, Vag will start. And in Jnanendriya, eyes will start. Both of them. And these two have to be completely stopped in Dhyana. So they start first going out of my control. Are you able to get this? He says, Vayoho iva sudushkaram. If that mind is doing such a thing inside, it can even bring out upsurges which is sitting inside in my body. I can start feeling the differences. Gandhi vamsram sate hastat tvakchaiva paridahyate nacha shaknomyavasthatum Brahmati vacha me manaha. Brahmati vacha me manaha. He says this all you have to do it only when you are able to ensure that Atmaiva hi Atmano bandhuhu Atmaiva hi Ripuratmanaha. Otherwise, this is going to play a game with you and it will start coming out. नहीं बाबा आँख बंद करके बैठेगा तो आई स्टार्ट गेटिंग कोई कुछ अलग ऐसा विचार आते तो उससे अच्छा नहीं करना है. अपना पूजा करके नमस्कार करके निकल जाओ. बैठेगे आज जैसे ही बंद किया, आई एम एबल टू सी ऑल द फ्लैशबैक, व्हाट ऑल आई हैव नॉट डन, व्हाट ऑल पापम आई हैव डन. किमहं पापमकरवमिति सय एवं विद्वानेते आत्मानग्स्पृणुते. एग्जैक्टली द सेम थिंग उपनिषद आर सेइंग. When you are sitting, किमहं पापम अकरवमिति, you अपने आप को कोसते, क्यों मैंने इतना पाप किया, बिना ये पाप किए मैं नहीं रह सकता था. वो ये सब नहीं आना चाहिए. तो all these are waiting. जैसा ही ध्यान में बैठेंगे, all this will come out. And what happens? This is coming out because of what? प्रमाथि बलवद दृढ़म. सबको निकाल के बाहर फेंकेगा. कचरा बोलते ना, फेंकते हैं बाहर, सबको बाहर फेंकेगा. Each of these things will come in the mind. And Arjuna practically tells this is a problem when someone sits. You have to understand, he is representing all of us. Okay, all of us would face this. बैठ के तो देखो, many of us we will not even sit. वो डर का वजह से, यार बाबा ये सब नहीं मनता है, I am good, I am happy. जरा थोड़ा कुछ सुनेगा बहुत हो गया, इससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं. घर गृहस्थी सब अच्छा है. Because this is what, when you are facing yourself, it will start coming out. And we need to have the guts to face ourselves. Okay, so he says, the way he is put, Vyasacharya's brains are so good that if you can connect each of these very nicely. Hey Krishna, manaha balavad dridam chanchalam pramati aham hi tasya nigraham vayo iva sudushkaram manye. Like that wind, I believe that I cannot control it also. When something is beyond my control, what are you telling me to do? Asamarthunya. Okay, now, what happens after that? Now, Krishna has to answer. So, a very clear, out of the various problems, one of the most predominant problem, or the dhyana, the impediment to dhyana has been brought out by Arjuna. The others have not been touched. Others are there in Mandukya Karika, but you know what it is, and for that what is the. But the main one, let's assume that we are having ahara discipline and nidra discipline and all that is there properly. Still, this thing which will come out, and it is so strong, and this is what now Krishna is going to reply. Krishna is such a highly matured psycho doctor. If you have to see a psycho doctor who can manage psycho patients, Krishna comes most. If this such a question is asked, what will say? You have to control yourself. Correct? He says, I can't control. But you have to control, otherwise you will not get the benefit. You try, you have to control. Krishna does not answer that. What is the first thing Krishna is telling? Let us see. Shri Bhagavan Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigrahanchalam Abhyasena tu kaunteya Vairagyena cha grihyate Asamyatatmana yogaha Dushprapa iti me matihi Vashyatmana tu yatata Shakyo vaptumupayataha. Two shlokas. In two shlokas he has answered. Question for two shlokas. The first one talks of direction of the problem. The second one talks of the technique, how the problem actually manifests and what to do, and how strong is my opponent that I feel that I don't have any strength to even control that. Okay, so the gravity of the situation, how it works, what direction it works, very clearly in this two shloka, Arjuna has been, which only tells Arjuna is a very, very clearly he understands and rationally is asking a question now. He is no more asking an emotional question. He is asking a very rational question. And now Krishna is now answering that. First thing he says, Asamshayam Mahabaho. Hey Mahabaho, Asamshayam. Undoubtedly. Manaha Durnigrahan Chalam. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. He Mahabaho, manaha asamshayam chalam durnigraham. He kaunteya tattu abhyasena vairagyena cha grihyate. Okay. he first pacifies Arjuna. He says, undoubtedly, Arjuna, what you have analyzed is perfectly correct. कोई doubt नहीं इसमें. असंशयम, हे महाबाहो. Now this why महाबाहो? Very strong. Mahabaho, why is he using such a word here? Who is Mahabaho here? Arjuna. Because later on Mahabaho will become Krishna also. Contextual meaning it is. We will see that. Here very clearly Arjuna is Mahabaho. Why is he called Mahabaho?
Because he said Bhagavad.
Why is he Mahabaho?
He has got so many wars at once.
Correct. He is a very strong person. He is won so many wars. He has won. He has got so many gifts from Indra himself. So he is a Mahabaho, undoubtedly. Great archer. Okay. Then he says, you are such a great person of valor and strength. Manaha durnigraham chalam. Even for you, that mind cannot be controlled. That is the quality of the mind. Manaha nigraham. What is nigraham? Control. What is durnigraham? Can't be controlled. Chalam means what? Restless. Hey Mahabaho, you are very strong. Oh strong Arjuna. See how the meaning will go? Oh strong Arjuna, undoubtedly that fickle mind which is restless cannot be controlled. That means your Bahu is of no use. Are you able to get that? Other meaning. Hey Mahabaho, you are a Mahabaho. If you cannot control, then who will control? Take it that way also. What is wrong in that? Okay. How you want to put Mahabaho doesn't matter. One is telling Arjuna what is the reality. Other is pepping up Arjuna saying that you don't know your reality. Why can't you do this? Is it clear? He says, because the second line if you look at it, Abhyasena tu Kaunteya. Kaunteya is Kunti ka beta. Okay. Hey Kaunteya, tat this manas tu Abhyasena vairagyayana cha grihyate. What is grihyate? Griha.
Catch
Hold. Catch hold. Correct? How? Abhyasena and vairagya. So he has given now very clearly two ways which are needed. They are complementary. Both are needed. And that's how you will be able to solve your problem. So, hey Mahabaho, if you feel this is a matter of strength, then sorry, your mind is also not going to listen to you. Otherwise, hey Kaunteya, hey Mahabaho, this is a matter of Abhyasa and Vairagya. You are a Mahabaho, why can't you do it? Why can't you get hold of it? Whichever way you write doesn't matter. It is correct. Meaning is correct. What is Abhyasena? The first line is very simple and clear because it is coming out from the question, and here he is first pacifying him, because if you say no, 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 the next line he would not even think, he would not even hear, he will be ready to counter Krishna. Okay, this is what you said is right, perfectly right. Your dot on it, it cannot be controlled. Nevertheless, comma. समझ में आ रहा है कैसा है? That is why he is a very good psychologist. He is a very good psychoanalysis. He does it very well. पहला शांत कर दिया. When this starts open to listen, tab dal diya. Next. What he says? Tu, indeed by abhyasena. What is abhyasena?
Making it a habit. Yes.
Abhyasena is Atma Anatma Jnanam is Abhyasa. Conviction on Viveka. Viveka Abhyasena. Vivekinena. For Viveki, that means first is you need to have Atma Anatma differentiation, and you need to make your choice. Here you cannot say, for 1 hour let me choose this, afterwards again after 23 hours I will come back to 1 hour to choose this. No option. Viveka Abhyasena, you first make up your choice. I want this and only this and nothing other but than this. Then only you will be able to. Why? If your enemy is strong, you have to become stronger than the enemy to win over the enemy. And what is going to give you that strength is your own conviction and the will, and that is coming from the buddhi, which is coming and telling you discrimination between Atma and Anatma. And when I say that I will and only will choose Atma, automatically the Anatma, which is Manas, will also become. So he says the first one is Viveka Abhyasena. You have to add that. Okay, which means the question coming from Arjuna is very clearly not of the quality in Nididhyasanam, but reference to Upasana. Be able to get this. Why is this question coming? Because Arjuna, like us, is coming from backdoor entry. Without sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, he has got jnanam. That jnanam will not work there. Hence a question comes for making the jnanam work, what I need. He says you have to go back to sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, and there is no other answer. So, Viveka Abhyasena, once I have a conviction of Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, and I am very clear that I want only Nitya Vastu Ekam Satyam Tad Vyatiriktam Sarvam Anityam, I will be ready to leave Iha Mutrartha Phala Bhoga Viragaha. Because Iha Amutrartha Phala Bhoga Anitya Vastu Eva. Not to Nitya Vastu. Are you all able to get me? So Viveka only can bring Vairagya. If someone says Vairagya is not coming, the question will be check your Viveka. Is your Viveka correct or is your Viveka wrong there itself? Okay. Are you able to get that? That is why we said duty cannot give moksha. Karmana will not give moksha. Vairagya can come only from jnanam. Jnanam, when I want jnanam, then I slowly am ready to give up all this for the jnanam. Okay, so first is I want is viveka, and then that is what can also be called as abhyasa. Abhyasa is coming by every day practicing this viveka in day-to-day life. That is what is abhyasa. Okay. And enabler of this abhyasa is dhyanam, for which you should be ready to sit in a place without moving. That is again a part of abhyasa. That abhyasa will come only when viveka is there. Are you able to get this? How it is connected? And once that viveka abhyasa is there, then second one, vairagyena cha grihyate. Only after these two D's The other third D with 6 are meaningful. If these two are not in place at the right measure, you will have all the reasons why you do not want to take the Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti. All reasons will come out. All this is there, but sir, is very clearly that my Viveka and Vairagya is not to the extent which is going to allow me to drop that at the cost of this. Very clear. You can't eat the fruit and hold the fruit. If you want to eat it, you can't hold it. If you want to hold it, you can't eat it. So here you have to make a very clear personal choice which is consistent, and that choice will always be challenged every moment of life. And if you are consistent there, then only Vairagya starts. If Vairagya starts, then only interest in Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti starts. Then only Mumukshutvam will become Prabala. Unless Mumukshutvam is Prabala, Shravana Manana has no meaning. And that is why Nididhyasanam question from Arjuna comes on. Why? All the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti is not in place. Are you able to get very clearly? So what has Krishna actually answered? He says, your problem is because sadhana chatushtaya sampatti is not proper. And yes, very clearly said, abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. You will be able to get that paripakvata in jnanam only by sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. Is it clear? What did Patanjali say? He said the same thing. Abhyasa vairagyabhyam tan nirodha. Nirodha. What nirodha? What nirodha? Yogash chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta vritti abhyasa vairagyabhyam tan nirodha. No different words, exactly the same word. Are we clear? So yoga says what it is, Krishna says what it is, or Vyasacharya says exactly the same, because our Shruti has told the same. Shruti has not told anything different. For both, that is the source. And very clearly it is, so we have no deviation irrespective of the path. That is why all these are very clearly accepted. If you understand it in the right way, you can still follow it, because there are good practices in that which you need. Tarka is required for your mananam. Tarka Shastra is required for mananam. Yoga Shastra is required for nididhyasanam. All these are enablers. So Vedanta needs all these things. And when all of them are there properly working, that is how your Vedanta starts working for this. Is it clear? Okay. So, asamshayam mahabaho, he mahabaho, manaha asamshayam chalam durnigraham. He kaunteya, tattu abhyasena, viveka abhyasena, cha vairagyena, cha eva grihyate. Only by this two you will be able to get that. Why? That these two are the one which will make your enemy weaker. Abhyasa and Vairagya is going to reduce Pramadhi Balavad Dridam of Manas. Okay. Pramadhi will go, Balavad Dridam will still be in Atma Vichara. The Pramadhi will go. Are you able to understand? That Balavad Dridam of the mind is required in Atma. Where it is running to Anatma, Chanchalam hi manah Krishna will go. Achanchalam sthiram Atma eva manaha. Okay, that will be the benefit. Is it clear? So in two shlokas, very clearly he has given that. Now the second shloka we will see what he is actually giving a further clarification to it. He says, asamyatatmana yoga dushprapa iti me matihi vashyatmana tu yatata shakyo vaptum upayataha. Asamyat atmana yoga dushprapa iti me matihi vashya atmana tu yatata shakyah avaptum upayataha. Is it clear? How do we now put it in a proper prose form? Asamyatatmana yoga dushprapa vashyatmana yatatatu upayataha avaptum shakyah iti me matihi. Another very nice way, some of these psychological ways of handling situation we need to learn from Bhagavad Gita. How to express what we want to say to someone without pushing. In my view, it is. My view need not be your view. In my view, it is. What is the position he has taken? I am your friend. This is my view. And I am telling you a fact. If you wish to take it. Okay. So, it ensures the other person will not violently oppose and will open-mindedly think about it. Rather than, I tell you it is like this only. The moment you say, I tell you it is like this only, over. Samne wala bolega, who are you to tell me? What do you know about it? Gaadi dusra kidhar gaya? He says, in my view, I feel this is the way. Now the freedom is yours. You are intelligent. Says, asamyat atmana yoga dushprapa. This is one particular very nice part which is coming together. Samyat means what? Discipline. Sanyam. Okay. Asamyat means what? Indiscipline. Atmana, mind. An indisciplined mind, if it is there. Yoga, what yoga? Jnana yoga. Dushprapaha. What is prapaha? To acquire. What is dushprapaha? Not acquire. So, indisciplined mind with indisciplined mind, because atmana tritiya it is, with an indisciplined mind, this yoga, jnana yoga, cannot be achieved. First, what did he say? Before that, what did he say? Mano durnigraha chalam. He says, I agree with you that mind is not, it's not easy to get discipline. It is not easy to get control over it. Second line, he says, in any case, if you practice these two, you have a very good chance of controlling the mind. Then he clarifies it and says, if you have an uncontrolled mind, prakrita manasaha, this yogam will never come. That is a statement of fact. Because your individual choice can be different, that I don't want this. Okay. Then he says, Vashya atmana yatata. What is yatata? Yatata. Effort. Focused effort is yatna. Yatna karo. Not try it out. Trying is a very, very loose word. To put conscious, focused effort very, very seriously is yatna. Yatata. Yatna karo bhai. And if you want to give further, prayatna karo bhai. Prakrishtena yatna karo. Okay, so a person who is very focused and puts effort, okay, for what? Vashya Atmana, to control this Atmana. Atma here means what? Ah, now all of you all have understood. Atma word is used for mind here very nicely. Not Atma. Okay, I control my Atma. So, Vashya Atmana Yatata to Upayataha. Only that is a solution. This, see, out of all what you said, your problem, what you said is true. But it is not impossible. You need to put a good amount of effort and focused effort. And if one person who puts a focused effort, probably this is the solution. Okay. But if you have that mind with an unbridled freedom, Prakritik Manaha, be sure you will not reach your goal. That is clear. Okay, whether you will do it or who will do it, I don't know. But the fact is, a person having indisciplined mind will never, never, ever reach the expected goal. Only if you have a controlled, focused, sensitive mind, okay, then it will work. As in Kathopanishad, Ratha Kalpana is given. I think Kathopanishad only, Ratha Kalpana is given. So he says Ashwaha and Hayaha, the reins. So he calls Durashwaha, bad horses, and good horses. That is the mind and the Indriyas. If they are controlled, they are good horses. If they go beyond control, they are Durashwaha. They will go anywhere. And what happens if they go anywhere? The Swami is left and cannot do anything. Are you able to get that? Finally, what is the objective of the Ashwa? Not go where they want. To reach the Swami to the destination where he has to go. Correct? If that doesn't happen, the Swami is helplessly standing. And that is why he says, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena. And then he says, how do you get Abhyasena? Samyat Atmana yogaha dushprapaha vashya atmana yatata tu upayataha avaptum shakyaha. There is a possibility of attaining. एक solution है. There is a possibility of attaining using that solution. लेकिन अगर पहला वाला situation है तो you will never achieve it. समझ में आ रहा है? कितना lightly और अच्छा से बोला कि भाई now the person will seriously think about it and take a proper call. It is not said that this is the only way. This is most prominent. This is me matihi. So how many? There is a scope. There is giving a very good hope. There is no guarantee. There is my view in it. See how many things are coming up. How nicely it is told. In my view, if this happens, this is surely not going to happen. One solution is to control the mind. And if you control the mind, there are very good chances that you may get your, this is my view. समझ में आ रहा है? Any person without, because the moment you touch someone's ego, it will not happen. And if you want someone to genuinely think, then you put it like this, any intelligent person will think, may not agree at that time, but surely think whether it is meaningful. So a very nice way, this is all we have to learn, how to handle elderly people, elderly children, how to put it so that it is that strong enough that they understand, but at the same time we don't force anything. Such such a very beautiful way it has been told. Okay, so with these two shlokas, he clearly closed the chapter and said that you have hit right on the bullseye. This is the problem, and there is a possibility of certain solution, and this is the solution. For this solution, you have to control the mind. If you don't control the mind, the chances are you will never get moksha. But controlling mind is possible. It is not impossible. If gone ahead, he would have given examples also of people who have controlled the mind. That also he can give. But the topic ends there. Why? Arjuna moved to the next question. Now, this topic of Atma Samyama Yoga. Now you see why the name is given to the topic as Atma Samyama Yoga. Very clearly it is talking of Manas Samyama Yoga. This topic ends here. Why? You are given the nature, okay, the nature of what is, how to do dhyana, the process of dhyana, okay, then you are given the Antaranga sadhana, Bahiranga sadhana, you are given the phalam of dhyana, you are given the pratibandhas of dhyana. Everything is over, the chapter ends, and Om Tat Sat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita should have come here. But our Arjuna has now got a doubt.
So here, you say Atma Samyama. Here, Atma refers to mind here.
Mind, only mind. Atma will be only mind here. Jnanam is what? Atma Samyama. Is it clear? Okay. Now, this moves to the next topic, which Arjuna comes out. And this question of Arjuna is coming because he doesn't have internal strength. The diffidence brings out these questions. Like typically when someone says that you do one thing, a teacher tells students, you write this 10 times, I am very sure you will get the answer properly. You will be able to memorize it. And suddenly a student says, teacher, after writing 10 times also if I don't memorize, then what to do? So that is not the problem of the Shastra. That's the diffidence which the student is sitting with. And that also has to be taken care. If you have confidence in the Shastra, this question will not come. Because the question can come only after having put an effort. Okay. Normally what happens is when we go to a doctor and the doctor says that okay, we have done all this test, the diagnosis of the problem is done now. For this is the solution. For that you have to undergo an operation, knee surgery, blah blah blah. बोल दिया, सब हो गया. Because till that time you are waiting for the diagnosis. And in the diagnosis after the test, you 100% believe the doctor on the diagnosis. And after the diagnosis, the doctor talks of a treatment which is going to solve your problem. And you are supposed to believe the doctor when the treatment is told. But our diffidence on the doctor itself comes out when you go and ask the question back to the doctor. But doctor, what is the chances of success here? If the doctor says 60% chances of success, what if I am in the 40? Next question. Do you understand? That shows our diffidence in the doctor. Till that time in diagnosis, you never had a diffidence in the doctor. You never go and say, what if the doctor's diagnosis is wrong? That no one will tell. What if the test has wrongly been done? That no one will tell. That all we have got full faith. When the doctor says a remedy which is not in line with what we thought, then a lot of diffidence comes. So here the doctor has told the remedy to Arjuna, and Arjuna knows that this is not very easily achievable. Now सब बोल दिया है. Now the question has come, what if I cannot achieve? आपने तो बोला अभ्यास वैराग्येन सिद्धि. Okay, what if I don't achieve? Or in the other words, you know how it is put. One minute. In the other words, it is put how? अगर किसी ने अचीव नहीं किया तो उसका क्या होगा? पंगत में बैठते और बोलते ना इसको खीर दो, इसको खीर दो, रादर देन टेलिंग मुझे खीर चाहिए. ये वो बात वही है. कृष्णा को समझ में नहीं आएगा. तो हूँ करने का पहला he knows what you are going to ask. So let us see, let us enjoy see, it is such a nice when you see the samvada, what a psychological thought process is actually happening. And this is what happens in our day-to-day activity. We pass through this. So when we are alert and we know this is what is going to happen, we'll be much prepared in terms of handling those situations. Right? Okay. Arjuna Vacha. Yes. Arjuna Vacha. 3 shlokas. Ayati Shraddhayopetaha. Yogachalita manasaha. Aprapya yoga samsiddhim. Kangatin Krishna gacchati. Kachinno bhaya vibhrashtaha. Chinna brahmiva nashyati. Apratishto mahabaho. Vimudho brahmanah pati. Etanme samshayam Krishna. Chetumarhasya sheshataha. Twadanyas samshayasyasya. Chetana hyupapadyate. Why we are taking these 3 together? Because they are nicely, again, it shows very analytical approach of Arjuna. He has told, first shloka is one problem, just talking of a source. Second shloka is giving more clarity on it. And then third one, he concludes, says, these 2 are my doubts. And only you can clarify. What a crisp analysis and then put together. That is why these 3 you take it together and then it works. So ayatihi shraddhaya upetaha yoga chalita manasaha aprapya yoga samsiddhim kam gatim Krishna gacchati. Now, what does the word yoga mean here? Atma means manas. What does yoga mean here? Generally here, jnana yoga, jnana nishtha, jnana, not dhyana here. Dhyana is only a technique for what? Getting nididhyasana and then nishtha. Okay, so now the question is, yoga means yoga phalam. Yoga phalam is what? Jnana nishtha. If a person doesn't get jnana nishtha, then what to do? Okay. So he says, ayatihi. What is yati? Yati comes from yatati. One who is always putting effort is a yati. Okay. He Yati. That is why for Atmanishta, a person, for Atmajnanam and that Nishta is always putting effort, and he is called a Yati. Indirectly means he is a person who is wandering to attain this, and hence he is called a Yati, and hence a Yati is a sannyasi. Is all indirectly coming. Yati means one who is putting effort, a focused effort is a Yati. Okay. Who is Ayati? Now he says, Shraddhaya upetaha. Upetaha means one who has got firm Shraddha. Shraddhaya, who has got firmness with the Shraddha. Okay, so now two things were, see, in the earlier question there were two areas which were said. Abhyasena, Vairagyena. So Abhyasena comes from what? Viveka. Vairagya comes from what? Practice of Viveka. Are you able to get it? So Viveka is knowledge. Vairagya is action coming out of this knowledge. Okay. So where is the effort required? In Viveka or in Vairagya? Huh? Knowledge means where effort is required. Either you know it or you don't know it. Where do you put really effort to get it happen? Is that Vairagya. So he says, Shraddhaya upetaha. That means he has got conviction. That means Viveka is very firm. That means Abhyasa Viveka is very firm. He has got clarity in it. Atma Anatma is very, very clear. And he has chosen Atma and he wants to be with Atma. Now to be with Atma, he needs to put effort. Effort on what? Dropping Anatma, which is Vairagya. Okay. Suppose a person has very clear conviction in Atma, Anatma, Abhyasa, Viveka, but not putting no, unable to put the required effort. Why this question is very clear. He says, Ayati, not putting them. Enough effort is not put. Because then further he says, Yoga Chalita Manasaha. Yoga is what? From yoga Chalitaha. Chalitaha. निकल गया. हाँ. Manasaha. समझ में? He has conviction, but he is unable to put effort because उसका that conviction का quality थोड़ा कम हुआ और उसका effort कम हो गया, तो वो बंद कर दिया. Yeah, he is putting less effort. You know, we all work. See, you have a goal. The goal is very clear. You start putting effort. At one point of time, you come, छोड़ो यार, कितना भी करो तो होता नहीं है. You have not changed the goal, but the level of effort you start slowly reducing there. We do not know how far we are from the goal, huh? But slowly a time comes you are, it's okay, चलता है. ठीक है, आज का दिन cheat day. You know what is cheat day? Conviction is there, clear है, but one day I give up. Cheat day. Now this can happen. See, if it was a very small goal and fully controllable by you, it's a different thing. Here you are talking of Jnana Nishtha, which is Yoga Nishtha, which is Moksha, which is very clearly, you have got Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika and Adhyatmika Pratibandhas which can come. Let's be clear. I have a full conviction and I want to do. Adi Daivika Pratibandha comes. Adi Bhautika Pratibandha comes. Adhyatmika Pratibandha comes. Suddenly in between classes I have stopped hearing. That class is of no use, no. Do you understand? So when such pratibandhas come, even if I have a conviction, my ability to do reduces because of the situation. So here it refers to that also, that ayatihi can come because of adi-daivika, adi-bhautika, adhyatmika pratibandhani, or it can come because of your own commitment levels reducing, although conviction is there. In many a times we have a lot of conviction for many things, but sometimes in commitment level we can reduce it. It doesn't mean that we don't have that conviction. We have a very clear conviction. But ठीक है आज का दिन क्या कल वापस. So that is ayati श्रद्धया उपेतः योगा चलित मानसा, मतलब थोड़ा भ्रमित हो जाना, थोड़ा भ्रमित हो गया, भटक जाते बोलते ना, हल्का सा भटक गया, रास्ता भटक गया, क्या होगा उसको? अप्राप्य योग संसिद्धि, उसको योग संसिद्धि नहीं मिलेगा, अप्राप्य. You have said what? अभ्यासेन तु वैराग्येन गृह्यते. ओके, अभ्यास परिपूर्ण है, वैराग्य में थोड़ा हट गया वो, तो उसको तो मिलने वाला नहीं है. You have only told. करेक्ट? उसका क्या होगा अभी? कान गति कृष्ण गच्छति, उसका क्या, वो किधर भटकेगा? न घर का न घाट का धोबी का कुत्ता है अभी वो. Why did he ask this? कान गति कृष्ण गच्छति. Here he is giving a flavor of something else.
Krishna
Huh?
is referring to the mind.
Yeah. He is referring to the mind. So you understand the question. Hey Krishna, his conviction is very firm, no doubt about it. Somewhere effort is reduced. We don't know what is the reason. It can be because of Adi-Daivika, Adi-Bhautika, Adhyatmika, or he himself has given up a little the effort part. Whatever the reason may be, the mind has got deviated from the yoga. थोड़ा भटक गया है, उसको तो वो मिलने वाला नहीं है. That you have clarified. उसका क्या होगा? Are you able to get that? So what is it telling? I know it. I know my mind is not going to allow. I know मैं भटक गया हूँ. मेरा क्या होगा? One way. Another thing it also know, यहाँ पे ना, from the next shloka, why is this question coming? वो भी एक आता है. वो next shloka actually gives that. क्योंकि we have all not thought that. Arjuna has thought that also. हम वो सोचा नहीं है. अर्जुना ने वो भी सोच के क्वेश्चन पूछा है.
So he's trying to ask that what if there is another alternative?
नहीं. Alternative है ही नहीं इस पे. देखो, before going to the next shloka, we will try to analyze this one. He said, Aprapya yoga samsiddhi. He is not going to get this yoga. What yoga?
Jnana yoga.
To get the jnana yoga, what this person has done? He has done something else also. If a person is coming in jnana yoga, he has done something else. Yes,
Karma yoga.
he has done or he has left now.
He has done. He has. I mean, he has not completed it.
Yes, correct. Now you understand. If I have to spend more time in jnana, because that I will get a bigger benefit of moksha in jnana, I have decided to leave my existing karma yoga. Yes or no? You can't do karma yoga and jnana yoga together. After karma yoga, you have to come to jnana yoga, means you have to stop karma somewhere. You have to give more time to jnana yoga. Samjha? I have 12th standard and I have IIT. For getting IIT, I neglected 12th standard to a great extent in English and other subjects also. And I put all the effort in IIT. IIT ठेंगा ये भी गया. समझ में आ रहा है? Indirectly is asking such a question now. Because of normal person is going to put in karma yoga, not in jnana yoga. Few will come to jnana yoga. This person who has come to jnana yoga has left karma yoga. You have only told you have to leave that and then come here. ये भी गया, वो भी गया. अब मैं क्या करूं? टन टन गोपाल बजाते बैठूं क्या? Is the question he is asking now? Very intelligent. Because why? The next question is asking, telling that. Now listen to the next question. That is why he is classifying the second question very, very nicely. Okay. Kachinno bhaya vibhrashtah. Kachit na ubhaya vibhrashtah. Okay. Kachit na ubhaya vibhrashtah. Chinna abhrama iva nashyati. Apratishtaha mahabaho vimudaha brahmanah pathi. Hey Mahabaho, now he is turning the question back to Krishna. Hey Mahabaho Krishna, मेरे को तो अक्कल नहीं है, अभी तुमको अक्कल है तो बताओ क्या क्वेश्चन है? ब्रह्मणः पति अप्रतिष्ठः. What is ब्रह्मणः पति? Pati is the path, the person being in that path. Brahmana Pati means what? Jnana Nishtha. The person in Jnana Nishtha, Brahmana Pati, Apratishtaha. What is Apratishtaha?
Not established.
It's not fully established. Matlab hai conviction. See the earlier, you have to now connect it to the earlier shloka. Ayatihi. Because of Ayatihi, ब्रह्मणः पतिः अप्रतिष्ठः. थोड़ा उससे वो that path वो बोला ठीक है. For some reason he is reduced his effort there. Okay, that is why he is not being established in ब्रह्मणः पतिः अप्रतिष्ठः. Okay, now he says विमूढ़ः. Can be because he can get deluded. देखो एक रास्ते में आप जाते रहो. You just imagine this path of jnanam you are singled out. The rest of the whole world is in karma path. तुम जाते रहते हो. Suddenly vimudha, you have got deluded. For some reason होता है ना, बीच बीच में चलो यार हम भटक जाते वापस आते भटकते. He got deluded. Vimudha brahmanah patihi. He will apratishtaha. Now what happens? Ubhaya vibhrashtaha. दोनों हाथ से निकल गया. उभयः विशेषेण भ्रष्टः. योग भ्रष्टः. Are you able to get that? Ubhaya vibhrashtaha. How we will be, you know? Chinna abhrama iva na nashyati kachit. Abhrama means cloud. Okay. Abhrama means cloud. Water bearing cloud is called abhrama. Okay. Chinna, separated piece of cloud. समझ के लिखो. Enjoy the way he is telling. In that full big cloud, there is one small portion of the cloud is just got separated out. Chinna. उसका क्या होगा? Nashyati. That cannot have that much water to pour down. नॉर जाके टक्कर करके कुछ नहीं कर सकते. वो ऐसे ही टू गेट गो ऑफ. गिनती में भी नहीं आएगा. इसका ऐसा नहीं होगा. न नश्यति कच्चित. डू यू फील दैट इट विल नॉट गो अवे लाइक दिस? मतलब इधर का भी नहीं उधर का भी नहीं. यहाँ से भटक गया, वो तो छोड़ दिया. अब इसका क्या होगा? तुमको नहीं लगते वो गया गुजरा, गॉन. How the question is framed now? First question is very clearly the person has conviction, efforts reduced. He will not attain the required goal. What will happen to him? Second question is, in case this person who has reduced the effort maybe has got temporarily deluded from the main goal and hence could have reduced the effort, is like a cloud who has got separated out from the main cloud. That cloud will get completely destroyed. Will not the same end come to this person? Don't you think that way, Krishna? Is it clear? Kitna beautifully, yes. Because the first one is talking of effort. Second one is talking effort getting reduced because of delusion. Delusion in Brahmanapati means what? Delusion in Brahmanapati means what? Brahmanapati delusion. What is Brahmanapati? Atma Satyam Tat Sarvam Anyam Mithya. Now what has happened? Brahmanapati Vimudaha. So what happens? Okay. So where will he is supposed to put effort? Karmana. Brahmanapati Vimudaha should ideally be in Karmana. वो तो छोड़ दिया, वो हाईवे तो कभी का छूट गया है, बाद में मालूम पड़ा ये रास्ता गलत है, अब भटक गया ना. So he is not giving a chance that you can go back to karma. Are you able to get that question? So Brahmanapati Vimudaha means karmana. That karma also gone. Huh? What is that? Na karmana na prajaya dhane na tyage naike amritatvamānashu. Na karmana na prajaya na dhanena tyagena ekena amritatvam anashu. In this path, na karmana na prajaya na dhanena tyagena ekena. ये सब तो छोड़ दिया, त्याग में भटक गया. I cannot come back to karmana, prajaya, dhana, because karma would have at least given me स्वर्गम. समझा? अभी वो भी नहीं है. I could have gone easily whenever I want to Swargam and come back. Passport तो मेरे पास, visa always ready था. तुमने तो visa cut कर दिया. If you are going to China, America will not allow. If you go to America, China will not allow. Correct? Karma margam America, Jnana margam China. Either of it only possible. इधर से भटक गया, उधर का visa भी निकल गया. किधर है मैं भी? फंस गया कि नहीं, लगेगा कि नहीं? There will be some person ऐसा, उसका क्या होगा? ये क्वेश्चन क्यों आया? I want to take संन्यासा. खरबड़ा छोड़ा, संन्यासा पहुंच नहीं पाएगा, बीच में लटक गया है वे, मेरा स्थिति है ये, इसका क्या होगा? मैं तो लटक गया ना. He is actually telling his, he has analyzed his own situation, the folly what he wanted there.
Still he is continuing.
Huh? Are you able to get that? Itna beautifully that analysis of the mind is so. Vyasacharya is such an intelligent person to put the way it is put. Otherwise you can't capture all this. It gives you place to capture each of this very clearly in the two sentences. And then he concludes, Etan me, the next one is very simple. Etan me samshayam Krishna. Hey Krishna, these are my doubts. Okay. Chetum arhasya asheshataha. I know only you can satisfy. I am very sure only you can satisfy this. Okay. You please satisfy this. Chetum arhasi. I am asking you. Asheshataha. Without leaving a bit. Ashesha. Okay. Without leaving a bit, you clarify this to me completely. Then he. दूसरा इसमें होते ना चने का झाड़ पे चढ़ाने का, चने का झाड़ पे चढ़ाने का. त्वदन्य संशयम संशयस्यास्य अस्य संशयस्य त्वत् अन्यः चेत्ता न हि उपपद्यते. त्वद् अन्यः, other than you, asya samshayasya, for this question or query, Cheta, Mutod answer, Na Hi Upapadyate. There is no one else other than you who can give the right answer for these questions. I am sure about that. So, Asheshataha, you give me the clear answer for these two questions of mine. So, we ended it up. Question number 1, question number 2. For these two questions, you need to completely give me answer without missing out anything. Other than you, who is there who can give such a complete answer? There is no one else. Cheta means clearing it off. Chet means breaking it. उसका मुंह तोड़ जवाब जो बोलते हैं ना, उसको तोड़ के exactly giving me the right answer. Okay. And then Bhagavan starts. Very nice questions there, and this is called Yoga Brashta questions. If one becomes a Yoga Brashta, what happens? And this is what we see actually in child prodigies. Child prodigies. At the age of 3, this child is singing, this child is dancing, no one has taught. From where is it coming? They are called Yoga Brashta. Earlier, Purva Janma Samskaraha, in this Janma it comes. And that is what he is going to tell you. So nothing will go waste. Even if you don't get anything, continue coming for class.
Very interesting.
Please come for class. Class continues, because with the hope that one day we will achieve. If not in this Janma, there will be a carry forward in next Janma, as we carry forward from this class to the next class by telling Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.
धन्यवाद सर.
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद.